Alright, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of the Alakazam Raid Boss guide that I am doing right now. It's going to be the final part. If you missed the previous part to Alakazam, the link is going to be down in the description. That one was focused on Psycho Cut. This one will be focused on Confusion Alakazam. So, like I said in the previous video, Confusion does do a lot more damage, and it's one of the better defensive moves in the game currently in Pokemon Go. It's just you don't see it very often in gyms because Psychic types aren't the bulkiest Pokemon. So there's just no real point in having a Confusion Psychic type in a gym. So getting into this battle, if you're going to use Gengar, you actually have to dodge the Confusions. You actually have to dodge the last Confusion if you want to get that second Shadow Ball off. It actually makes a huge difference in DPS if you are able to get that last one off. Now, I did use Scizor for this match. It was short-lived. You guys can see how frail Scizor is if you miss a dodge. If you're able to dodge with Scizor, great. But if not, you kind of, like, there might be better Pokemon to use over Scizor. And Scizor, while it does attack very quickly, the DPS doesn't stack up as much as if you were using Gengar or Tyranitar against Alakazam. Obviously, it's just a decent substitute for those two if you do not have a Tyranitar or Gengar to replace them. But basically with Confusion, you're pretty much using Gengar or Tyranitar or both for Confusion. If you don't have those Pokemon yet, you're gonna have to get them, because I don't know if you could really solo Confusion Alakazam with that many substitutes. You're gonna need a pretty decent stock of T-Tars and Gengars to be able to do this. And Bannettes. Bannett is actually great for Confusion, in my opinion, because Gengar, a maxed out Gengar usually gets taken out in 4 hits from Confusion. Bennett, it takes 5. You guys will see later, I had like I think it's a 77% Bennett get taken out in 3 hits, and you don't even need to dodge with Bennett if you're using Bennett, because it doesn't have that poison typing. So you can just, eat the Confusions, use 2 Shadow Balls. It may take you out with its charge move, the Alakazam might, and then, you swallow it up, and then the next Pokemon doesn't have to worry about that charge move. But anyways, like I said, Future Sight is very quick, so you did see my Scizor fall to that, and I probably did miss a few dodges, but this one's actually very, very close. I think I actually got it. I think you have to beat it within 7 seconds. I've heard people say that, but I've been able to beat Alakazam with like 5 or 6 seconds left, and I still get the animation, so I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how all that shit works. But there you go. We got Confusion, Future Sight, Alakazam out of the way, and yeah. Alright, so next up is going to be Confusion, Focus Blast, Alakazam. And like I said in the previous video, you absolutely need to be able to dodge with Zam, because if you don't, you're probably going to lose a couple T-Tars. So dodge glitch cannot happen when you're trying to solo Alakazam. I used to think that Confusion, Focus Blast, Alakazam was the hardest of its movesets to solo, but it's actually Confusion, Shadow Ball. Now that I've done all of them, I think Confusion, Shadow Ball is the hardest, but I mean, if you don't have the greatest phone in the world, I could see how Confusion, Focus Blast would be a problem. Now, you do need to dodge with Gengar if you're about to be hit by a Focus Blast, even for Focus Blast, because it still does a pretty decent amount of damage to Gengar. Gengar can't necessarily eat that up, and it helps to get that second or third Shadow Ball off before your Gengar faints. As you can see, the Gengars did do quite a bit of damage to the Alakazam, and it just makes it easier for my Tyranitars to, you know, sort of bite and crunch it up. And it's, like I said, it's absolutely crucial that you get the dodge off. Usually I try to fire off all my crunches before or after it uses Focus Blast. It'll use Focus Blast and then I'll crunch 3 times, and then it will, you know, Focus Blast again, and I'll try and crunch, you know, 3 times. Although I didn't really do it there because I was trying to get it to yellow by 90 seconds. That's usually my goal when I do solo raids, is I try to get it to yellow by 90 seconds. But as you can see, I dodged the Focus Blast. Now I'm firing off all these crunches, and I think by the time I fire off all these crunches, it's going to be ready to use another Focus Blast. Not this one, but the next attack. No. Okay, never mind. It's going to take a little bit. But it's, I mean, it's so random whenever they decide to use their charge move. There we go. But at that point, it's too late. T-Tar's already done. It's so random when they decide to use their charge move. It's really hard to predict sometimes. But as you can see, trying to get these bites and crunches off before the Focus Blast hits again, and you have to wait forever for the Focus Blast. There we go, Focus Blast. And once again, Focus Blast is very easy to dodge. So you shouldn't have a problem dodging Focus Blast unless, of course, you get dodge glitched. But I think I'm going to be able to get this. I think this one is actually close. This is my first attempt at, it's actually my second attempt against Fusion, Focus Blast, Alakazam, and I think I should have dodged there, because otherwise it wouldn't have been as close of a call for this Alakazam. I should have dodged and then went for the crunch. I would have been a little faster, but did manage to beat Fusion, Focus Blast, Alakazam. Just remember, you need to be able to dodge most of Alakazam's moves while still doing enough DPS to take Alakazam down. This variant of Alakazam is difficult in the sense that you have to dodge a lot. So if you don't like dodging, it might be a little difficult for you. But anyways. Alright, so, last but not least, definitely not least, we have Confusion, Shadow Ball, Alakazam. This is by far the hardest moveset, in my opinion, to solo outside of anything you can do with Flareon, because Flareon is just ridiculous to solo, and I don't even know if I want to even try Flareon. Maybe I will, but that's in the distant future. But Fusion Shadow Ball is the hardest. This is where you sort of put everything together and, you know, try to solo everything you've learned about Alakazam, you put together, and you try to use all those things to solo this variant Alakazam. Now, you can see, I did use Banette here. You guys get kind of a side-by-side comparison of these two mons. Banette got taken out with, you know, 5 Confusions. And, I think Gengar got taken out with, 3 with a Shadow Ball. So, it's up to you which one you like better. I actually do like Banette. I think Banette is pretty nice in the fact that it doesn't have that poison weakness. Is a big thing for me. Even if it does less damage than Gengar, I actually kind of like Banette. So if you, I'm recording this as of the Halloween event. I don't know if this video will get up before the Halloween event is over, but if it's still going on, stack up on Shuppets. If it isn't, hopefully you gathered enough Shuppets to the point where you can get at least 1 or 2 decent Banettes, because having a Shadow Ball Banette is pretty freaking nice. Shadow Ball is just one of the better moves in the game, period. No matter who's using it. As long as it's a ghost type, it's one of the better moves to use in the game. So, with your T-Tars, you do have to dodge with your T-Tars as well. When you get to that yellow, as you can see, I am dodging with T-Tar. Shadow Ball does rack up a decent amount of damage on your T-Tars if you are, if you don't dodge. So, I think maybe I could have gone away with another dodge there, but you don't want to sit on the same T-Tar forever. And I've had a lot of struggles with Shadow Ball, so I definitely was trying to make sure I was able to solo this variant of Alakazam to the best of my abilities. So I actually did this. This is my 3rd attempt. It's not my 3rd overall attempt, but my 3rd Alakazam raid boss. And I did this like a couple days ago. So this is very recent that I was able to do this, and I was pretty happy when I was able to do this, because now if you're able to solo Confusion Shadow Ball Alakazam, you can solo pretty much any level 3 boss that comes your way, other than maybe Vaporeon, if you don't have the right Pokemon. But you know, at least you're able to solo Alakazam, Gengar, and Machamp. So you gotta be feeling pretty good about yourself if you can do that. So yeah. Anyways, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do after these raid boss guides. I'll probably, you know, I might upload some more solo level 3 raid bosses. You know, just as like, you know, filler kind of Pokemon Go content. But let me know what you guys want to see on the channel for Pokemon Go. I did enjoy doing these guides, and I'm definitely gonna do some other level 3 solo guides if it's possible, and if we get some new level 3s. I cannot wait for Gen 3, because I really want to see what you're gonna be able to solo in Gen 3. And I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait to see Salamence as a raid boss either, but yeah, I don't know when that's gonna be though. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in whatever Pokemon Go related stuff I do on the channel, or any, you know, Pokemon Let's Plays. I do Pokemon Let's Plays as well on the channel. So yeah, I will see you guys then. Keep living the dream. Goodbye.